They won't see each of those volcanoes as being on the same planet, which will make them all the same volcano system. They can't see things that way. Just because they're not all one unit and all in the same area, it doesn't mean they're not all one unique completeness of the volcanic system of this whole planet. That's the way it works. Those might be different pressure ports where they let pressure emit from, but they're all just the energy source of one greatness of the earth. Like everything of the earth is one. You can't see those volcano spouts as being 1, 2, and 3. They're all pressure escaping from the source of a pressure capped under the earth. That's what it is. So whether you call this a separate escape patch than this one right here, you know that's only your perception. What that is the dynamics around the pressure from the gases and the heat and everything in the earth finding their way to vent out. So it's the action of that make all those things go off simultaneously. It's nothing strange about that happening. I mean, get real. If you had a barbecue in your backyard with 4 smokestacks on top of it, the idea of it being peculiar for smoke to come out of each one is as absurd as it is to think it's something peculiar about fire coming out of each stack that was made from the fire. See, this is why we're so ignorant on this planet, because we have people who make simple science become hard to believe bizarreness.
Surge in porpoise, dolphin and whale strandings along the west coast. In the last 10 days, over 20 dead dolphins and 3 whales have been washed ashore.
The Irish Whale and Dolphin Group says the recent upsurge in beachings is certainly a cause for concern. Over the last 10 days, sightings of the dead sea mammals have been flooding in.
But it's so...
This is because of decadence. This is because we flush so much bleach, so much Ajax, so much Listerine, so much paint thinner, all right, so many aerosol spray cans, all the Bondo, all the oil, all the gasoline emissions, all right, all of this stuff is finally taking its toll on the earth, where we've depleted everything. It's just real simple. We're cannibals. I don't eat meat at all, but I know a lot of you meat-eating people is going to be running around biting other people. They already got trays and everything to put people in. It's just sad. Sad as hell.
Unprecedented, really, to have so much in such a short period of time.
It ain't no short period of time. It's been 6,000 years everybody been screwing the earth ever since capitalism started.
Something going wrong on the earth right now. Nobody's saying anything. That one spot I've had hundreds of megaquakes / earthquakes. Right now, as we speak, since the past 9 days, since January 30, 2013, one spot on the earth, 8.0, 7.0, 6.8, 6.5, 6.4, 6.2, 6.1, 5.6, 5.0. Hundreds! The earth shall what? Reel to and fro. What do you mean reel? Let me tell you what's the meaning of reel. Reel is to move around in one place. Reel is to be rocked and rocked and rocked from anywhere, but in one place. You're going to move from a quake and a shake to a split, to a slice, to a dividing asunder.
The nor'easter that immobilized more than 40 million million Americans this weekend.
Why this snowstorm paralyzed some of the most heavily populated areas of this country.
At one point, the storm forced every road in the state to shut down.
Boston was one of the areas hardest hit and record-making here. It was the 5th largest snowfall on record in weather history.
And to give you a sense of the power of this storm, the winds were as strong as a Category 1 hurricane with gusts up to 83 miles an hour.
So again, this is not one but two storms joining together. The airspace is pretty much shut down.
An emergency declaration. This was a record-breaking storm throughout the state.
And responsible for taking at least 9 lives.
The extreme weather slamming the country, tornadoes tearing the south, a new blizzard developing.
This is perhaps an extraordinary event that we are watching unfold here.
You have signs down, you have power lines down, the power poles are snapped, there's debris all over the place. There are cars in the middle of the road, there are cars upside down.
The 15 tornadoes were reported in that one line. This was on the ground, long-running, long wedge-shaped tornado.
And it was one tornado warning after another. They just kept coming. All of a sudden, the sky went dark, and then came the sound of terror, a giant tornado screaming through town.
I've never heard it like that. It's usually loud.
By the time the tornado hit Hattiesburg, residents say it looked a mile wide.
This is not minor damage. This is significant damage.
Benedict XVI.
It's not minor damage. This is significant damage.
There's that green I'm looking at.
It's usually loud.
By the time the tornado hit Hattiesburg, residents say it looked a mile wide.
This is not minor damage. This is significant
Look at the green in there.
And then came the sound of terror, a giant tornado screaming through town.
I've never heard it like that. It's usually loud.
By the time the tornado hit Hattiesburg, residents say it looked a mile wide.
Look at this green flash in here. Let you know a SAR ain't playing with your ass.
All of a sudden, the sky went dark, and then came the sound of terror, a giant tornado screaming through town.
I've never heard it like that. It's usually loud.
By the time the tornado hit Hattiesburg, residents say it looked a mile wide.
This is not minor damage. This is significant damage.
Benedict XVI is going to resign.
Pope Benedict will step down as head of the Catholic Church at the end of February the 28th. That is according to a Vatican spokesman. He is due to leave his ministry at 8 p.m. on February the 28th. No reason has come into us as yet as to why this resignation is happening.
We still do not have any confirmation at all as to the reason for this.
The information is very sketchy. It's really not something that's very usual. But what is very, very interesting is he's actually chosen to resign.
As we were just saying, that is incredibly unusual. One in history that we can think of for a pope to step down. It doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
So there must be a very big dramatic reason.
Pastor, I have to say there was no speculation in weeks gone by that anything like this might be about to unfold. There hasn't been a story quite like this in the many centuries of the reporting of events at the Vatican, certainly not in modern times. We're hearing, though, in the last 20 minutes or so that the Pope, speaking in Latin, made this extraordinary announcement that he would step down.
They quote a statement from the Vatican saying, "For this reason, and well aware of the seriousness of this act, with full freedom, I declare that I renounce the ministry of Bishop of Rome, successor of St. Peter."
She says that's thievery.
Some extraordinary
pictures which came to us from the Vatican on what was, of course, an extraordinary day. Within hours of Pope Benedict announcing that he was to resign, take a look at this. Lightning struck St. Peter's Basilica. You can see it again now.
You see that phallus right there? You see that? Look at the lightning saying, I know.
So I renounce the ministry of Bishop of Rome, successor of St. Peter.
Stolen.
Extraordinary pictures which came to us from the Vatican on what was, of course, an extraordinary day. Within hours of Pope Benedict announcing that he was to resign, take a look at this. Lightning struck St. Peter's Basilica. You can see it again now in slow motion. Extraordinary. It happened just before 6 o'clock in the evening, local time.
A sign from God. Just hours after the Pope announced his surprise resignation, the heavens over Rome opened and the top of St. Peter's Basilica was struck by lightning.
We just burn all those faggots up. Okay, it says, those that think this is a sign of disapproval of Benedict XVI's resignation are incorrect. This is a harbinger, a precursor showing that the kingdom of the Antichrist is drawing near. Okay, let me explain something to you. You can't tell me that the kingdom of the Antichrist is drawing near after you have 500 years of slavery, Christian crusade, World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, all these atrocious crimes that these churches have committed on this earth, and the nerve of them to sit up and try to blow you a story to encourage you that evil people are coming, when they evil asses have been here forever, perpetuating their asses around the earth as God. Hell yeah, that lightning striking was not a disapproval of his resignation. What it was that you can resign if you want to, but the lights is still gonna fry your bitch ass, and all of you little Catholic religion world terrorizing faggots are all going, keep this propaganda all you want to out there for the people. You can fool them. That's where you're stupid. You think it's still about fooling the people, and you're overlooking the sinkholes and the water and the fire and the air that's here to kill you. So the people who still believe this shit, it doesn't matter, because they're going to be killed too. So I'm not going to let this type of bullshit bother me anymore, because it's all just, it's priceless. It has no value to it. It's not worth anything. It's garbage. All this is garbage. Those that think this is a sign of disapproval, that light striking that freaking church does not have to be a sign of disapproval for me. The whole ideal of their theft, their lies, the plagiarization of the melanated man and woman history, all that stuff did come way before any stupid lightning striking the top of the building. The lightning striking the top of the building was God saying to them, I got you. That's what that was. So all this right here about a precursor that letting you know the Antichrist is on the way. Give me a break. Okay? Antichrist been here as soon as freaking George Washington set his ass in the seat of government. As soon as the pilgrims crossed their ass across the damn Atlantic and came over here, the Antichrist left Europe and brought his ass over here. Way back then.
We start with some breaking news this hour. People in the Urals in Russia have seen burning objects raining down from the sky after a meteorite exploded above the Earth, causing a meteor shower. Eyewitnesses reported several blasts rocking the region, and as long trails of smoke in the air.
Well, remember, imagine you're driving to work on a beautiful, calm Friday morning, and suddenly a massive fireball appears out of nowhere in the sky. You're thinking to yourself, is this a plane crash? Is this a rocket attack? A UFO? Well, when it comes to the Urals region in Chelyabinsk, the city in Russia, it's actually a meteor shower. This is what took place this morning. Really stunning images that you're seeing there right now. Now, what we